Hey guys, sorry for posting this review so late. I did change one of my computers, so it took a couple of days to put everything in its place. I have a lot of files and software and stuff like that. Anyway, in the next few days I will post a couple of videos that I was working for a couple of weeks. I cannot wait to show you guys those videos. Now let's get to the chapter. A lot of things did happen in this chapter. I did not expect 3 headliners to be in one place so soon. Let's start from the beginning. On the first page we see what is going on in the city, how the people there are starving, especially the children. This is very sad to see. And Otama is not the only one who is drinking from the river. So all the people who are not under the king or Kaido are in the same situation. They all are starving. And then we see the Paradise Farm, where the water is not contaminated by the factories and the food there is great. It was interesting to see that scene with that worker and the people who are under Kaido and the king. Did you notice how the person who is from Wano is acting worse than the pirate who is under Kaido? It seems like there is a big divide among the people in Wano. And because of that, I don't think we will see the people under the king joining the alliance against Kaido, even though he has invaded their country and is using for his benefit. Usually One Piece arcs they all have happy endings, but it could be that this one will be different. Maybe after they lose the war, they will leave Wano and join Kaido's army. Anyway, in this chapter Oda did introduce another headliner, Speed. Based on her name and the fact that she has eaten the horse devil fruit, we can guess that she is very fast. If you look at the panels that show only her face, she looks like an elf. I wonder, can they control their abilities? In Zou we saw them they can control, and they did activate their devil fruit powers only when they fought. But Hold'em and Speed are using their devil fruit powers all the time. It could be that only those who are strong can use their devil fruit powers all the time. And then we go to Hold'em versus Luffy and Zoro. So Hold'em is a weakling. I did not expect that. Oda did mislead us about the headliners. The first headliner that Oda did introduce to us was Hawkins, and it's logical to think that other headliners should be at the same level. But the difference is like night and day. When Hawkins saw Law, even though he did not see his face, he knew that this guy is strong. Hold'em in front of him has Luffy and Zoro, and he is not able to figure out anything. Well, only the strong people can recognize other strong people. Look at Zoro's swords. They are not coated with haki, because he knows that no one there can cause problems. And then Hold'em says something interesting. He thinks that they are part of this group that is led by this guy, Shatemaru. I'm not sure if this is the correct pronunciation of the name, but Google Translate says that it is. So I'm going with that. Google Translate is the law. Based on Okiku's reaction, it seems that she is part of this group and that's why she got angry. So this guy does steal food from Kaido and the king and gives it to the poor. He seems like a good guy. I hope he is strong as well. And then Okiku reveals that the one who rules this city is Jack, and he did survive. Good thing that someone had Jack's Vivid card, otherwise I don't know how they found him at the bottom of the sea. When Okiku mentions Jack, 2 people who lived there heard her, and they looked terrified. It will be interesting to see their reactions when the Wano War will end. Anyway, since in this town are 3 headliners, I thought maybe we'll get a mini arc, but since the headliners are not strong, that is not possible. But if Jack were to come here, then things will be different. Oda could make a mini arc. It would be good if Zoro would fight Jack, but based on what did happen in Whole Cake Island arc, that's unlikely to happen. We know that this arc will be a long one, so this means that there will be mini arcs. But Oda said that the Wano War will be better than Marineford War. But in Marineford arc, there weren't mini arcs. If the Wano arc will have the same structure as Marineford arc, then this arc cannot be a long one. Marineford arc has only 31 chapters. If Oda will use Jack now, then he probably will not be part of the war at the end of the arc. One way how Oda can do both is to do exactly what he did with Luffy and Zoro versus Hawkins. Just have a little fight, drag it for a couple of chapters, and Luffy and Zoro will run away because it is still not time to fight an open war against Kaido. One thing that I really did like in that conversation between Okiku and Luffy and Zoro is that Luffy did remember who Jack is and what he has done to the Minks. A couple of chapters ago, when Otsuru did mention Lord Oden and Oda made Luffy forget who he is in order to make a funny scene, I was critical of that, because you should not make a funny scene at the expense of the story, and especially not in a scene that is very important to this arc, because that scene is the reason why the Straw Hats are here. And also it was a very emotional scene, and seeing Luffy in that chapter not remembering, it did undo all that great work. But it seems that Oda has listened, and in this chapter he did the right thing. He also did remember a very important thing about Jack, that he did use poison to defeat the Minks. So this guy does not fight fair. If he comes here and cannot defeat Luffy and Zoro, he might use stuff like that. So good thing that Luffy is aware of that. And that is how the captain should be. And then Speed comes to the place where everyone is and she has brought the food. When Luffy saw the food was happy, but when Okiku told him what's the deal with this food, he immediately got angry. And this was great to see as well. I was happy that Oda is writing Luffy in this way, like a real character. I hope he will continue to write for Luffy in this way. For the last couple of chapters, Zoro and Luffy did refuse to help Okiku against the people there. And this was weird, and they are still doing the same thing, but in this chapter Zoro said to her, sorry. So there's a reason why they are doing this. I hope Oda will reveal what is the deal here soon. And then we see Hawkins riding that elk, and it still looks very cool. I thought only Thranduil can make riding an elk cool, but Hawkins is doing the same. He is a great character. Law says that I need to get rid of him, but considering what did happen in the previous chapters, I am very skeptical if we will see a fight between those two in the next chapter. Oda did tease us like this before. And then we go back to Hold'em and the others. Luffy has realized that words mean nothing here. So he said to Zoro, you take care of the man on that side, I will rescue Tama. Those 3 panels where you can see their faces are so epic. At that moment, Hold'em did realize with whom he is dealing, but that's too late now. Luffy does rescue Tama very easy. Zoro did take care of those men there and took the food. They were running away, but Luffy saw the injuries that Hold'em caused to Tama and he got angry. Well, what else did he expect from the kidnappers? To be nice guys? He drops Otama so he can punch Hold'em, and those panels where Otama is falling are funny and sad at the same time. Luffy probably will catch her, he will not let her fall on the ground, but the sad part was when she says, I am fine, you already saved me. She said in the previous chapter that she has a very hard life, but we still don't know what exactly. But reading these panels I can understand the big picture here. The reason why she said I am fine even though she is falling and you already saved me is due to her not being able to believe that 2 good things can happen at once to her. Like she's not worthy and she should not expect more. That's why she said I am fine. Oda did a great job here, the writing is brilliant. Anyway, Luffy one-punched Hold'em and it seems like he is out. Seeing how angry Luffy is, I wonder if he will run away or start fighting everyone there. The headliner Speed is there as well. It would be great if he will continue to fight and maybe Jack will show up. Anyway, what did you guys think about this chapter? Let me know in the comments. Like and share if you like this video, subscribe for more One Piece videos, and see you in the next video.